Are people prepared to pay for local news? The Mill is a paid-for newsletter about Manchester, and it's counting on the fact that they are. The organisation's approaching its first anniversary. It's about to launch a Liverpool edition. It's already expanded to Sheffield, but so far has yet to turn a profit. So could charging for email be the future of local news? Rowan Bridge reports from Manchester.
Hello.
Hello, I'm here to see Yoshi Herman from The Mill.
Come in. So this is our tiny newsroom. Only 3 of us working here. This is our meeting room. We've sort of decorated with...
The room's decorated with historical newspaper front pages, a throwback to a more halcyon time before Facebook and Google disrupted the industry. The Mill itself is a product of the internet age, an email subscription newsletter charging £70 a year. For that, members are sent one piece of in-depth reporting a day about Greater Manchester. Yoshi Herman's its founder, and he explained their mission over a coffee.
We're trying to create a hub for quality journalism that isn't London. Unfortunately, the regional and the local press has been massively squeezed economically over the past 10 years. And that means that places like Greater Manchester and Liverpool and Sheffield and Leeds don't have the number of journalists operating and the number of quality media outlets that they used to. And what we're trying to do is sort of start to reverse that.
The Mill also has a sister publication, The Tribune, in Sheffield, and will soon launch a third version for Liverpool. For both The Mill and The Tribune, boots on the ground reporting is seen as a key part of what they do. In a car park in Harper Hay in North Manchester, one of The Mill's trainee journalists, Danny Cole, is working on a piece about the area, one of the most deprived parts of the city.
I'm a journalist from The Mill. I'm in Harper Hay and I'm writing about the
areas. I think it's extremely important, and actually it's the most favourite part of my job. Just because you can connect with people more, you can get a better sense of what's going on, and I usually think it's really good to visit an area you're reporting on to get a full sense of what to report. So many of my peers have ended up at local regional news titles. They sometimes have to do multiple news stories in one day, and I don't think they get to do as much of the on-the-ground reporting, or they don't have the luxury of spending longer time on a news story.
You must be Dolly.
Yes.
The Mill has a relatively small but committed readership. Surprisingly, for a digital publication, around half its subscribers are retired. 68-year-old Dorley Nauta is one of them.
I like the whole setup of having in-depth reporting, and also to be able to contribute and say, oh, can you find out about China's involvement in the Manchester property scene, for instance. And Yoshi would send Molly Simpson out, who's the reporter, and come back with a really good story. There are no adverts cluttering up your feed when you're reading or anything like that.
At the moment, The Mill and The Tribune aren't profitable. They just don't have enough paying subscribers to make the sums add up, though they are both growing. Paul Broster spent 15 years working in newspapers before moving into academia at Salford University. He's looked at how newspapers are trying to adapt in the internet age. He welcomes the new publications, but says they're unlikely to reach the size and scale of local newspapers.
I think organisations like The Mill can survive if they remain small-level operations, perhaps with 2, 3, 4 members of committed staff. Those staff can make a difference. You can generate at a local level excellent content on that kind of staffing level, and you can make a difference. What I don't see is those organisations becoming major media players.
Back at the Mill offices, celebrations. It recently reached 1,000 paying members, and 13,000 have signed up for its free weekly version. In the newsroom, it's a cause for optimism, but tempered with the knowledge that this new model is yet to still fully prove itself.
Cheers. Cheers.
That was Rowan Bridge reporting. There have been reports over the weekend